we've fairly accurately established where groove is. It's in the heart. Delight. Later, Professor Brian Cox, will be choosing the tracks of his years. We've also got a track from Calvin Harris' new album, Funk Wav Bounces Volume 2. Yeah, honestly. And Craig David and Galantis have the record of the week. It's called DNA. Radio 2, BBC Sounds app, smart speaker, 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 10 o'clock. This is Justine Green. Police hunting the gunman who killed a 9-year-old girl at her home in Liverpool have been given the name of a suspect by two different sources. Olivia Pratt-Corbell was fatally shot by a man who chased his intended target, a 35-year-old man, into her home on Monday night. The Merseyside Police and Crime Commissioner, Emily Spurrell, says she's hopeful people will continue giving information.
The vast majority of people, they want to help, they want to share information, they're desperate to find who did this and anything that can be helpful, they want to do that. Unfortunately, we know there probably is a contingent who won't come forward. They've yet to come forward and take responsibility for what they've done. It might be that you didn't intend for this to happen. Somebody has to come forward and take responsibility for what is just an absolutely awful tragedy.
People in Ukraine are marking the country's Independence Day amid tight security measures because of fears of renewed Russian strikes. President Volodymyr Zelensky has warned people to follow the safety rules while marking the occasion. Russia's Defence Minister Sergei Shoigu has said Moscow is doing everything it can to avoid civilian casualties, which he says is slowing down Russia's advance. Our correspondent Ugo Bechega is in Kiev.
The conflict seems to be at a deadlock with no significant changes in terms of military positions and also no prospect of any kind of peace negotiations between Russia and Ukraine. At the same time, there is a massive human toll of this war with thousands of civilians killed, a third of the population displaced, millions of people have left the country, a fifth of this country is now under Russian occupation.
The United States is expected to announce £2.5 billion worth of aid to Ukraine later today, its biggest military package. Bin collectors in many parts of Scotland join their colleagues in Edinburgh and take part in industrial action over pay. The strike began in the Scottish capital last Thursday after talks on a new pay offer stalled. A hosepipe ban has come into force for millions of customers of Thames Water in the south of England. 5 other water companies have already brought in similar action. Those who break the rules risk a fine of up to £1,000. Protesters from the environmental group Just Stop Oil blocked forecourts at 3 service stations off the M25 this morning: Cobham, Thurrock and Clackett Lane. 9 people have been arrested. The group is calling on the government to end new oil and gas projects. Our reporter Adrian Harms was at the scene of the protest at Cobham.
Police officers were squirting some sort of a substance out of a syringe under the hands of the protesters and then very slowly peeling their hands away off of the concrete. With that, they were put into a van. So the protest is over. It was fairly chaotic here for a while, in the police presence, which was pretty considerable. There were 18 officers here at one stage.
Scientists have declared that the dugong, a marine mammal known as the gentle giant of the sea, is now extinct in China. The researchers believe their population collapsed because of excessive hunting and destruction of the seagrass they feed on. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 10.
Listen live on the BBC Sounds app.
Say it's true. They got a message for